All right, guys, what is up? So happy to have you. Spider's Lair is still having some problems, so trying to work through that right now.
What up?
What's up, Alex?
Yo, I have a big announcement. Did you see my face?
Hey.
Finally, I know. If anyone's wondering if I was dead or not, I'm not. I am here, very much alive. It's good. Yeah,
he's not just a talking gorilla head anymore.
I know. I know. Chris was getting worried there for a moment.
Hey, it's all good.
Like
No
I
worries.
like he sent me a bunch of bananas over the mail. I was like, dude, come on.
I've got something coming in the mail today. Let me check if it's here yet.
I don't know. It's always a good feeling to know, like, it was checking your status, and then of course, if it hasn't come, you get that like, it got delayed or it's not coming today. Damn, you have to wait one more day.
Yep.
I hate it when that happens. Like when you're so excited to get it, it's coming on this day, and then you realize something happened. Like, fuck.
And I was so excited because I was like, okay, it's a slab, it's a giveaway, and I'm hoping my wife doesn't find out about it before I find out about it, because then it will be question after question after question.
Wait, your wife doesn't know you ordered it?
Well, no, it was a giveaway win on Whatnot.
Oh,
So,
wait, is it for her?
no, it's for me. But like when she sees it, she immediately is like, okay, so how much did you pay for this? And I'm like, I didn't pay anything for it.
Huh. Watch it. She's going to be like in the chat right now, like, how much you pay for this shit? You have to like
no,
disclosure. It's a
a
win.
9.8 first appearance
Of
of
the
the
Little Pony?
newest. Yep.
Yes.
No.
Oh,
Of the newest symbiote. You know what I'm
of
talking
the
about?
newest. Wait, the newest symbiote.
From
Oh
Amazing
shit.
Spider-Man.
Oh, from Amazement. I thought we were talking about the Venom one. I thought there was a new one in Venom number 10
There,
or 9.
there is,
Not that
but
one. We're not talking about that one.
the one from before that, even.
I don't know which one it is. Because I thought you
Chasm.
were talking about the one from Venom. I have no
Chasm.
idea.
Ben
Oh,
Riley.
Chasm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said guess. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was like, dude, I just told you I didn't know. Oh, that's
the
cool.
the first appearance of Chasm, I was like, oh, I can't.
Oh, Chasm.
I gotta do this
Okay.
one.
Oh, nice.
So I was really excited about it, but unfortunately, now it's not coming until tomorrow.
And if it doesn't come tomorrow, you have to wait till Monday because they don't deliver shit on Sunday. I
Yeah.
feel you. Oh, yeah, check out what I got yesterday. I'm so happy I got it. And it was cheap too. I thought it was going to be like in the hundreds, but it's only $40. So I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to use my credit card because I'm trying to pay it off. I don't have money in my account right now, but $40 is fine. I can handle it.
Yeah.
Because I got this.
Very cool.
I like the name, the Ominous Omnibus. It just
Who
was
drew that?
released. Matt Groening,
Okay.
The Simpsons. And it's cool because there's a slipcase cut
Very
out
cool.
and everything. And there's gonna be 3 of these.
Nice.
I mean, look how sleek that looks.
The older stuff, the older, I think it's Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, it's all the Treehouse of Horror, and it glows in the dark. Oh, you have it, dude? You muted.
Heck?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah,
That was
I
weird.
guess I know that was weird.
Something come unplugged?
I don't know. Maybe you just hit the button by accident.
I don't know.
What were you saying?
So the guy who did that commission for me did like some of the original Treehouse of Horrors for The Simpsons. Ken Wheaton.
Oh, Ken Wheaton?
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Wheaton.
Wheaton?
Yep. Just like
Oh.
Will Wheaton.
Oh, I thought you were pronouncing an Asian name like Wheaton or something.
Oh no.
That Ken Wheaton.
No,
He
he is
did the
definitely not Asian.
he did the inks for 273, page 273. Hold on. Let me see which one that is. Oh, overshot it. Yeah, he did the inking for this issue.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did other issues, but this is just volume 1, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's gonna be other volumes. Well, there are gonna be 2 other volumes, but it's cool.
Yeah,
I
he
like the
works at
Simpsons.
my LCS.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
Dude, would you hook me up if I sent this to you to have him sign it?
Definitely. I could
I
ask
have
him.
to. I gotta budget it because I know this is gonna cost a lot because it's pretty heavy. No, like seriously, like ask him first, and if he's really down, I'll consider sending it to you.
I will do that. Next time
Because
I
I
see
know.
him at the shop, I'll definitely ask.
Thank you for the hookup.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know Matt Groening. I got his signature. No, not his signature. Was it his signature? I think so. One of my free comic book days. This one was in Goleta, my comic shop in Santa Barbara, the city next to it. It was one of the. I think it was Matt Groening or one of the other people who did drawings. I know. I'm sorry for boring you, Chris. I
No,
know.
sorry. I'm.
I know. I know. I know. I feel you. I feel you.
It's
But
been a
yeah,
long day.
he signed a comic for me. I don't have it right now. It's in one of my boxes. I have like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 full short boxes next to me right now. So I don't know which one it is in. But he signed the free comic book day for Bongo, and he signed a poster for me. And he drew,
Wow.
and on the comic cover, he drew Bart too. I was like,
Very
sweet.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also, wait, quick question. How far away do you live from Midtown Comics?
So that's in New York City, and we are about a 6 to 7 hour drive.
Oh, shit, that far? Oh, yeah.
Hour plane ride.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought you lived closer. So I was going to say, hey, can you do me a huge favor? Can you pick up? Because I'm trying to get the other. Apparently, I guess I wasn't clear because the first time I told my comic book shop to cancel my orders, so I was dealing from
Mhm.
non-trade issues. I, I should have remembered. I forgot to ask them to not cancel the Predator variants. I
Okay.
missed out on a bunch of them. Damn, because I know I get them online for at Midtown, and it's like it's only pick up in store. They won't ship. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But no, I was only going to ask you like, yo, can you do me a huge favor? I'll pay you to pick them up for me. But I didn't know how far away. I thought it was like 30-minute drive for you.
No.
I was
When
going to
I was in New
compensate
York
you.
City, I visited them for the first time, the original shop,
Yeah.
because I think they've got like 2 or 3 now, maybe even 4.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not like my LCS at home. There's not a whole lot of back issues. There's not a lot from like the Bronze Age or
Yeah, it
anything
looks
like
like they
that.
do mainly like in the modern age.
Yeah, it was not what I was expecting, and not that it was a bad experience. I think it was still a ton of fun to go experience that and kind of like see where comics kind of like rose
Yeah.
up in the city. But it was definitely not a,
Interesting.
I don't know, like letdown is the wrong word. It just wasn't what I had thought it would be, I guess is the
Well,
best way
I
to
guess
put
it's
it.
okay to say let down if you're already expecting like old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Midtown Comics did that too because I've always seen them advertising comic books like since I was a kid. I was like, oh sweet,
Yeah.
this was like a store that might have like a lot of cool old issues. Like now that you're telling me, I was like, oh, that's a surprise to me. I never knew that until just now. It's like
And
I thought they would have back issues.
so he said the reason they don't have back issues is because their new issues get picked through so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That having back issues, it kind of all just flies off the shelves. So basically they've got so many people coming through there that they don't bother to buy big collections like the smaller comic book shops because people are interested in what the next best thing is over there. They're not interested in going back a few years or anything like that.
Well,
They
I'm
did
sure if
have
they.
issues from like the past 5 years, I'd say, but I didn't
Oh,
see anything from like 2010 or less.
oh wow.
Yeah.
Like I would think that they could get more if they got the older stuff because a lot of comic book collectors want to get some of that old stuff. even if it's
Yeah.
cheap. No, wait. Are you also near Forbidden World Comics? Wait, is it
Forbidden Planet, that's in the city
Planet?
too.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna hook. I was gonna say I'll pay for your gas and everything. 'Cause I really wanted this. Because
Oh. And Alex is frozen. Wait to see if he comes back or whatnot, but
my
there
back.
he is.
I don't know why
Yep.
he does that. Like, he used to work on Wi-Fi on my phone and everything. Now, it's
You're
not.
still with us in two different
How?
places.
I'm
And
only on
it's
my phone. What the fuck?
and it's showing me that you're frozen with like
Oh, don't screenshot it. And yeah, it's weird that my phone doesn't do like this. StreamYard only like cuts out on Wi-Fi on my phone. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, yo, I'll hook you up. Yeah, I'll pay for everything. I even buy you snacks.
Yeah. I'm
But yeah,
definitely not going near the city this weekend. Ooh.
yeah.
York City
So,
Comic Con. Woo.
oh yeah, that's why that's happening, right? This weekend.
Yep.
That's gonna be a bitch to drive through if you did go.
So whenever I've gone to the city, I've only been there twice. Once right before my wife and I got engaged, and then a couple in August, so middle of August, a little over a month
Mhm.
ago. And we have never like driven. We took one taxi. But most
Nice.
of the time we've taken the train just because it's so much simpler.
I've always wanted to
Um,
be on a train.
and right now they've got this really awesome incentive. So from Sunday to Monday, or no,
Hmm.
from Monday to Sunday, I should say,
Hmm.
um, you pay for the train 12 times.
Hmm.
Your 13th and on is free
Wait, I mean like your 13th to 100th, like forever, is free.
for the week.
Oh, for the week. Oh, it makes it like it's
So,
like
like, as soon as
oh.
you go back and forth to work, as long as you get on the train a certain number of times, the rest of the week is free for you to ride the train no matter where you're going.
That seems like if I had the opportunity, if I had to take the train to work or places, I would use all that 12 just in one day, just so you have
Yeah,
everything. Like if I have a
it's
free
a
day on
ton of
Mondays, might
fun.
as well.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a ton of fun. I mean, obviously, like it is just a subway compared to like riding a nice train and like going along the coast and whatnot. But it really is like a lot of fun to ride the train, and it doesn't ever get monotonous, but it is kind of confusing. You got to like know
I
what
can
you're
imagine.
doing. There's an app to follow everything and all that, but it the first time my wife and I went down there, the only fight that we had was about which way we were going on the train, where we were going to go, how we were going to get there.
Oh wait,
Should we
fight with
stop
each
here? Should
other?
we stop there? What?
With each other?
Oh yeah, we were.
Oh,
It was like a little mini argument. It was like okay, like because we're both like trying to figure out what we're doing, and the
yeah.
app wasn't working, and we were underground, and like this was before like 5G, so like none of the cell towers would reach underground. Now they've got pretty much like good service underground at least, and I we were just like freaking out because we're like, okay, where do we get off? And a lot of the subways don't have like this stop counter, like, hey, this is where you're at, this is how far away you are. So like when
Yeah.
you're going there for the first time by yourselves and like you have no guide to like show you around and stuff, you're like freaking out. And like I'm having an anxiety attack, she's having an anxiety attack, and we're like going at it with each other. And I'm like, okay, this is the most nerve-wracking thing our relationship has ever been through, and I'm totally cool with that when we'll be done.
That was the like till the day you die. Like Chris, what was the hardest? What was the toughest part of your marriage? What was the one thing that almost broke it? Being on the subway for the first time.
Yep. Yep. The funny thing
We
was is
made
it
it out
wasn't even like the
stronger.
first time we were on the subway. It was like day 2, I think. So like we had
Yeah.
ridden the subway a lot before then, and like you see some interesting people riding the subway. it's
Yeah,
definitely
I've heard that. I've heard
it's
that.
definitely a fun time because like the people
You get
watching, if you enjoy people watching,
you
is
get your money's
very
worth.
interesting. What?
You get your money's worth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
There.
came out of that situation stronger as husband and wife.
So we got off the plane, took the air train from JFK to the subway, over at Rockaway Beach, and we're standing there waiting for this train, and the train was like 20 minutes out because it's got a long way between like Rockaway Beach, the end, and like where the JFK subway station is for Rockaway, and we're like or Jamaica. And we're waiting there. There's this
Are you sure it's not
guy.
Jamaica? I'm just kidding.
There's this guy like screaming across the tracks, and he's on the phone with the girl who's on the other side of the tracks, screaming at her, calling her every name in the book. And when Rachel and I are just like sitting there, like, okay, this guy's about to go crazy. He's about to run across the tracks. Like, what's going to happen? And you can see, like, the train says it's 20 minutes away, and we're like, okay, this train cannot get here any faster. But also, I'm really invested in this conversation now. So,
So I
what
don't want
did
this
she
train.
do?
So I don't want this train to come. I want to see how this ends.
Yeah. And I mean, basically, it ended with him like just basically getting so bored at screaming at her that he stopped. But like, there's a guy who like is not security, but like they're like the station conductor type of guy, and he's just kind of like sitting there like watching this all unfold, like it's all just normal, and making sure basically that he doesn't like go off and do something really stupid. But I was just like, what is about to happen here?
Yeah, like, I don't think he could have crossed it because isn't it also electrified? Like isn't it like the tracks too? Not because like for protection,
So
but because of the amount of like speed and the train's going. Isn't it like kind of electrified in a way? Like it could shock
So
you.
the two tracks that the wheels sit on aren't, but there's like a track that sits like up like this next to the
Yeah,
two tracks, and that's electrified. So
yeah,
as
that's
long
what
as you
I'm
like
thinking of.
jump over that, I think you're good. I've never tried it. I don't really understand all the
Next
physics of
time
it,
on the Comics Lounge,
but
let's go test this theory out.
make it way to Midtown Comics. What can I do, stupid?
Like
Just
Chris,
so
just
Alex, you might not get your books.
no. I was gonna say, dude, just make sure you get the books first, then do it.
Get the books, mail them to me, and then you can film whatever you need
Yeah,
to film.
then film that stuff. Shit,
um,
now your wife is gonna blame me. I'm gonna see you
so
like she's gonna fly over here like kick my ass. You made him do this.
yep. So the reason I was late tonight was because we were at
A
a friend's
train.
house. Why? Yeah, we were at a friend's house watching Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh, how was it? I don't. Based on the trailer, I don't think it looks good. But how was it?
Um, hold on one second. Might need to sign out of yours. I told Spider's Lair to get his own StreamYard account just like for free, so that way he could test out his equipment and whatnot with the app. And now he's struggling because like it won't. It's in his end of it, and I was like, just click the link, like click it, do that, and it keeps bringing him like to his destinations and stuff. But anyways, so it was really good. I'm not a huge fan of the first one. It's funny, it's cringy, it's like 90s cringe, and it's very interesting, the first one. This one was actually really fun to watch. And I think there should be a third one because it goes back to the Salem witch trials. And in the Salem witch trials, they are like basically hunted down and chased into this like forbidden forest. So when that happens, they meet like this other witch, and like maybe it's because I watch comic book movies and everything happens for a reason.
Maybe that's why.
But like, why would you introduce this whole other witch who like introduces them to this whole book? Like she gives them the book they have in the first movie. Yeah.
Dude, spoilers on me? Damn. Maybe other
But
people in this chat
well,
might want to watch it.
it's
Damn.
it's just the beginning. I'm not spoiling anything major.
But now
Um,
now I know there's a new character.
but like,
It's fine. I'm not. I wasn't going to watch it anyway.
but why introduce this character if you're not gonna use her?
Well,
You know
take
what I mean?
Marvel's thing. They took Gore out.
Yeah, true.
They took Ultron out.
Or did they?
No, they did. They took Mr. Fantastic out.
Did you see his tweet,
No,
John Krasinski to
no.
Ryan Reynolds?
What did he say?
When Ryan Reynolds posted the video on Twitter of the trailer for him and Wolverine and Deadpool 3,
Yeah.
John Krasinski said, "Is this the movie we're doing?" And I'm like, so Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Wolverine, and now we're talking about Tom Holland Spidey having a cameo?
Or
This
maybe
could be a really fun, fucked up movie.
or he might be in the Fantastic Four movie that's
Yeah.
coming out. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe Deadpool's going to show up in that Fantastic Four movie.
I've said for years, as soon as Stan Lee died and people had the right amount of grieving time, I said Deadpool should take over every single cameo. Every new MCU movie should have a Deadpool cameo.
That'd be good because it'd be like a fourth wall break for his character.
Yep. And did you notice that like they broke the fourth wall in the trailer? He said, "That's right, we're coming to the MCU."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That trailer. I was like, yay.
It was really good, and I'm so excited for it. Like, it sucks that we have to wait so long, but I
know.
do understand.
I told my sister this is gonna be the longest 2 years.
Yeah. We are now officially under 2 years, but it's like basically a year and 11 months.
Do you know what would suck? What would suck?
What?
If another like disease happened, they got pushed back even more.
You better knock on wood.
Yeah, I'm like fuck. It's like life is like, you know what? Let's fuck over these comic book fans one more time. Let's do it. I'm pretty sure I would like be so sad. I'll be crying on the live stream. What I was gonna say about Hocus Pocus, I'm not being mean or anything, but that was the only movie I ever thought Sarah Jessica Parker looked good in.
I honestly didn't even realize that was Sarah Jessica Parker.
In the first movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me either. Until I looked at the credits, like, oh, not gonna lie, like, I'm not saying she's ugly, but it's not my type, I guess. But the only movie I ever thought she looked good in was in Hocus Pocus. I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure. So my wife said it's the exact same cast.
Yeah, it is the exact same cast.
And they did not age a day.
Well, there's a lot of makeup.
I know, but like...
No, Sarah Jessica Parker has aged a lot. Now, nothing against her. I mean, that's good because that means she didn't get plastic surgery or anything, really. She aged naturally. I'm sure all the other three women did, too. The other two women.
In the movie, it just does not look like they've aged from the 1993 movie.
Well, there's something called de-aging technology. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be the point of them not aging. I think they did some special effects. Yeah, I know you want to believe that they look like that. But chill, it's not that kind of live stream.
I have to say, like, this is what I wanted the original to be.
Hocus Pocus?
This was like a perfect sequel. And like that's very difficult to pull off. But the sequel, in my mind, is better than the original. And like they did it very well. The only thing, and I'm not going to spoil anything, the only thing I didn't like was the ending.
Wait, did they play too much into the times? in this
What do
movie.
you mean?
I don't know, like you know how some like they go into like today's world or something like I don't know how to describe it. Like
So I
I
kind of
guess like
understand what you're saying.
yeah, like I'm trying to describe it. It's one of those things that you just know it is, but it's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah,
Like but you know what I mean though, right? Like even just a little bit.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess the best way I can put it is they did, but they did it in a way that made it seem natural yet cringy,
That
just like
there we go. That's
the
because that
witches.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it
So
when they
like
do it like too much. Like they just like, oh, we just play it to attention. We think people are gonna like it. Like the
yeah,
kids now are gonna like it. It ends up just being horrible and like overly cringy to watch. But they
it
did it naturally.
they did it very naturally.
Oh,
So
that's good.
there's
That's
like
good.
one scene. Um, so obviously like no one sells brooms anymore.
Mm. Oh my god!
So
Don't
the
tell me they use a hoverboard.
nope.
Oh, because I saw in the trailer, I was like, is it hoverboard? Wait, what
What's
is it?
replaced a broom?
I don't know. Hang gliders?
Swiffer,
Swiffer dusters?
Swiffer, yeah, the Swiffer sweeper, and a Roomba.
They use those?
So the thing that looked, the main witch had like a witch broom that she found like as a Halloween prop. Um, and then Sarah Jessica Parker's character had a Swiffer sweeper, and what's her name? Kathy? Yeah, yeah, Kathy Najimy, I think is the how you pronounce her last name. Um, she had two Roombas. So like it was because I thought when they were walking out of the store with it too, like it was a hoverboard. And then she goes, "Look at my broombies," and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so perfect!" Like it's so cringy, but it's cringy where it's like the perfect kind of cringe, where like
Yeah,
it brings it right up to the edge of like like that cringe that you want to see in a movie. That makes
yeah.
it exciting and funny and like not
That,
lackluster.
yeah, that does sound funny.
And like the other thing is, so like the obviously teenagers again release them.
Hmm.
Um, but like the thing is they kind of try to trick the witches this time. And so this isn't like a massive spoiler, but they bring them to a Walgreens. Like, oh no, like they sell potions at stores now. Like you don't have to go and make your own. They sell potions. You can go get them. So they go to the skincare aisle to make them like look younger because that's the point of the life
Oh,
potion that they were trying
yeah.
to make. And they go, just go take some potions. And of course, take some potions. They meant like put it on your face. They start drinking them and spraying all the stuff. Like it was like the perfect, like I said, the perfect amount of cringe because
Yeah.
it was the perfect way to bring like these 300-year-old witches into modern times and say this is what life is like right now.
Yeah, that does sound funny. I actually now I want to see it. I want to see those things now.
It
You made me
really is
want
a
to
good
watch it
movie.
now. You made me want to watch it now.
Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not like the cult classic that people make it out to be.
Yeah.
But I would say that the second one is better than the first one. And
Hmm.
the only, like I said, the only thing that I liked better in the first one was the ending. I thought the ending of the first one was really well done,
Hmm.
even with all the other crap that was in it. This ending was well done, interesting, and like leaves room for a trilogy, which I really hope that they explore more with everything that like came up in this. Um, but it was kind of just like it didn't fall flat. It just kind of fizzled.
I see. Like it was all this. Like yeah. There's like
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
wow, this is really cool. And then, oh, well, yeah, the end.
Yeah. They felt like okay. It seems like we're doing a lot of work on this. Let's try to end this.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, good movie, well made, well done. And I said to my buddy, as we're watching, I was like, when they made these movies, they just like basically tell these three women, hey, here's what we want you to do. Run around with these costumes on and go act like a witch. And then we'll just sit there and film it. And that was the result. Like the chemistry on screen between the three women in both movies is just phenomenal. But
all right, here's the real question: would you have paid to see it? The second movie, like, was it good enough to be paid, or good enough for it just to be watching on a streaming service? Well, of course you pay for it, but
yeah, no, I get what you're
it's not
saying.
like
Like, would I go to the theater and sit down
to
and
watch
watch it?
it. Plus the snacks and everything. Like, would you have spent all that money to watch it?
So we watched it on an outdoor screen that's probably 15 feet high by about 20 feet wide.
All right, no need to brag. No need to brag. Not
Hey,
all of us have screen. Oh,
it's not my screen. It's, again, we went to a friend's house that
yes, we all know your screen's 20 feet.
just kind of rakes in money like it's no one's business. But because of that, and because of how like much fun it was to watch, I would definitely want to go see it in the theaters.
So
I feel like it's one of the movies that it would be enjoyable to watch with other people, the same way that it was like with the group of like 20 people that we had tonight.
Yeah, so you'll watch it, pay the $14.99 plus gas plus snacks.
Oh, we don't pay $14.99.
I don't know. I'm exaggerating. You get
silly Californians.
We don't pay that much. We pay like 12 or 10.
We have. So, do you guys have Cinemark out there?
Cinemark?
Yeah, like the movie theater Cinemark.
Let me look it up. I need to look at the logo because it sounds familiar, but Cinemark. Yeah, we have Cinemark.
Okay, so Cinemark has, at least in New York, they have this movie deal where you can pay $10 a month, and you get a movie ticket with that, and then every time you go to the theaters, you get one more movie ticket for $9.99, so $10. So it ends up being like $10 a ticket, and they reoccur. So like if you don't use it in July, your July ticket goes to August, and like you can continue because you paid for the ticket already.
Yeah.
And then you also get 25% off at the concessions, which is huge.
Cool.
Like 25% off is
we don't have
amount for.
Yes, Cinemark, but it's not near us. I think it's in like a few cities south of us or north of us. Right now, we just have Regal. We have Regal Cinemas.
We've got 2 Regals. One in our town, one in a town just south of us. And then there's like 2 other towns that have AMC. And then
I like AMC.
Town like 15 minutes over has the Cinemark theater that we usually go to.
Yeah, I know in Goleta they had like Metro.
Okay.
Metro theaters. Yeah.
Very cool.
A lot of theaters, yeah. I even thought about getting the like pass, unlimited pass. Yeah. And I was thinking, is it worth $24? And I was thinking, I don't know. I thought about this because of $3 movies. Because I saw you like thinking, like if I only pay this much, I can see a lot of movies. Is it worth it? But I think, wait, if I start working, then I can't really do that. That seems like more like a retirement thing I would do. Yeah. If I had the time, I would. I think that would be worth it.
So, speaking of Deadpool. What are your thoughts on Wolverine coming back? Do you think it's going to be Wolverine versus Deadpool, Wolverine and Deadpool? How do you think they're going to play this?
Regardless, I'm going to be very excited. I'm going to watch the hell out of the movie. And yes, I'm going to buy the Target exclusive DVD, even though I don't need it. Even though I just use the digital code anyway. I'm still going to buy it. I'm saying, like, when it all released, like, that's how invested I would be in it. Like, I would love to see Hi Natakonchu and Cray for Comics Worldwide Comics LCS. I'm sorry, guys, the Comic Vet. Yeah. I would love to see versus. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
But I also would be opposed to seeing a team up. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I I
Either
think team
way
up would
is
be
going to be.
really cool.
Either way would be really cool, really fun, funny. And I was telling my brother and sister this. It's probably not even Logan, like the one that we know. It's probably
Hmm.
gonna be a different universe Logan, because he already died and everything. Like I like that his ending, the way he ended. So
Yeah,
this might be a new Logan.
a
Well,
new.
it might be the Logan for Days of Future Past. You know how they changed the past and everything? Because
Yeah,
the Logan that was part of the that died was the original timeline with from the
yep,
Fox 20th Century Fox X-Men, because he says, "When I found you, you were a cage fighter." But
yeah.
the one thing I think they might have slipped up, because when they mentioned the movie, like he said, "You're an assassin." Like I don't remember him mentioning that in the first movie, X-Men movie. I just remember that I recently watched Logan, but that besides that, like everything's the same timeline. But now I know that they mixed it up with Days of Future Past, so it might be that Logan instead.
It would make sense. I
Yeah,
think yeah, like the apocalypse timeline, that
yeah,
one.
because even though they changed it, there's now we know how the multiverse works. Like it's still that one still goes on. It's
Yeah,
just changed for this, so they made a. Let's just say they went sideways.
which is very. It's going to be interesting the way that they describe time travel. So obviously, like the Avengers, they
Mm,
went through time and went straight back to the certain point.
mm,
So they didn't actually change the timeline. They took something out of it, brought it back, and then after they were done with it over here, brought it
mm,
back over here. So they never actually like messed with the sacred timeline.
mm.
They kept it exactly how it needed to be.
Yes.
But no one's explained exactly
How the
how
mutants
the
did it?
but like how these variants come about. Like so all
Yeah.
these branches in the sacred timeline. How does that take place and like where does that go? Does it ever kind of loop back down? Does it just kind of branch out into this whole new world? What if like started to have that discussion, but I feel like they left it open ended for now for a very good reason
Mm,
because obviously season 2 is coming out. Um and just like there's multiple worlds, which is really cool. It's really interesting to see all these different worlds kind of collide in What If. And I think that if we do get a different version or a Days of Future Past version of Logan, it's going to be a fun way to kind of explain this is how this works.
mm. Exactly. But now I also think too, like maybe because when did they differentiate? Like I'm thinking Days of Future Past kind of messed things up a little bit in terms of continuity,
Yeah.
because Hugh Jackman is there, but then we look at Logan. If we say it was the same timeline, when did the Sentinels that killed them off? Because he aged. He was much older in Logan than when the Sentinels were attacking them.
Yeah.
And I was saying, when did they divert? I'm trying to figure like if they do that, it's like when did it exactly divert? Like because I know it still follows Logan and the
Hmm.
Wolverine when he's already in Japan. I know like days after that was Days of Future Past, because that's when Professor X shows up with Magneto. I think. No, wait, no, it's not. Maybe that's where it
Um.
diverts, and then Days of Future Past might be something different, because those are years apart.
Yeah.
Like then it's like it wouldn't make sense. Like, oh, we need your help with this because it has already been aging. I mean, then I was saying, is that where it diverts? And then Days of Future Past is the new like not timeline, but versions of them. Because I know Logan is the following the original movies. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little. So many factors that can make it if we, and trying to figure out which Wolverine are we getting
Yeah.
from which universe,
Or is it totally different? Like, is
or
it
it
a
might be a totally
different
new.
version of Hugh
Yeah,
Jackman's Wolverine? Because
I'd
they
be down
did
for that too.
they have said that this is going to be like the yellow and black Batman kissing suit, which I've never been able to unsee now that I've seen that, and it
I was going to
sucked.
say, like, wait, where are you going with this? That's, that's like, oh yeah,
But
that's right.
like, whew, it it's a really I
Complicated.
really want to see the black and yellow suit.
I
I
do.
think
I
that would be
really
amazing.
like in the deleted scene for the Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think that looked really cool. It didn't look comical at all, but it looked
Yeah.
practical.
And but I also understood why in the movies someone who's completely invulnerable doesn't need a suit.
Hmm.
Like there's no reason for it. And
Maybe if he wanted to, well, yeah. Plus, Logan doesn't hide his identity. He doesn't
yeah.
really need to.
And if you're as secluded as the X-Men, why would you need to hide your identity? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there no one knows that you even exist anyways. You're
Hmm.
literally on a mansion property that is in the middle of nowhere in the middle of New York that
In the
has
middle of
nothing
nowhere.
around it
Yeah.
but like acres and acres of property and like there's a satellite and there's trees and there's fields and like there's one road that leads in and out and you never see anyone drive on it because it's probably like this big private country road.
Hmm.
So it would make sense that no one even knows that these people exist. So no one like him coming out of the shadows and basically showing off who he is means nothing to the rest of the world because it's
Hmm.
like, well, he he didn't exist before, so he doesn't really
Like,
exist now.
well, even then, like Wolverine has lived many lifetimes. He probably like
Yeah,
he doesn't care anymore. It's like if they see me fine, I mean, he probably thinks I'm no morbid. It sounds like I'm gonna outlive them or
yeah.
heartless. It messes like I'm gonna outlive them, so they won't remember me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think Logan is then he would never have needed to wear anything. Do you think
I
we're gonna
think it's
get
going to be
Sabretooth?
really interesting. What was that?
Do you think we're gonna get Sabretooth in this movie too? Do you think so? Or do you think that's too far
Um,
fetched?
I don't think they're going to do Sabretooth. I think they played him enough, and I don't think Marvel's going to try to rehash old storylines that have
Uh,
been touched before. And I feel like the dynamic between Sabretooth and Wolverine was so well done in Origins
yeah,
that
that's the only thing good thing about Origins. I like Origins as a whole, but as I started watching, like yeah, there's some things I wish they could have done differently. But I think
yeah,
that like you said, the dynamic between Wolverine and Sabretooth in that one, that was a good thing. I liked how they did that.
so only problem with it was definitely the wonderful Deadpool.
Hmm.
I don't understand why why Fox was like, yeah, let's cover his mouth. That's a
Yeah,
perfect character choice.
it's like casting Topher Grace as Venom.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I think that might be too far stretched. But what about you? What would you want? What do you want versus or team up? I forgot if you answered this or not.
I'm not sure which way I want. I'd love to see like them start off as enemies. Like Deadpool comes to the MCU through some way, shape, or form and runs into Wolverine and is like, oh my God, like, dude, this is amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like breaking the fourth
Yeah.
wall. Like, remember when we were in the Fox universe and now we're
Yeah.
here? Like, this was so cool. And Wolverine like has no idea because it's like my version kind of has like Wolverine as the MCU's Wolverine, who's been like kind of in the background, not really wanting to do anything. Almost like that scene in First Class where he
Mm.
basically tells Professor X to F off. And I think that would be
Yeah.
like a good way to introduce it. And
True.
you have like this battle between them, but then it's like Deadpool kind of explains and he works through it, and then there's a common enemy. And so it's almost like a versus that turns into a team up.
Oh,
Kind of
I
like
see.
how Deadpool 2 was with Cable.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking. Right, I just thought about this now. I think we might be getting Days of Future Past Wolverine. I could say because I remember Deadpool 2. It's like where's everyone, and they show the new cast in
Yes.
there. Then I was thinking, oh wait, I just thought about. I just remembered it just now. Like, wait, we might be getting that version
Yeah.
then. But yeah, and then because I think, wait, does that mean we will get that Colossus too? I like that Colossus.
The one from Days of Future Past?
No, no. I thought sorry, that's changed because it's two different
Yeah.
Colossi. Whatever, Colossi. I'm gonna coin the term Colossi. I don't care if it's wrong or not. I just like the way it sounds. Colossi, because those Days of Future Past Colossus, and then we got Deadpool Colossus. He's he's like big.
Yeah.
Like, damn. But see what I mean? How complicated it can get?
Yeah. I mean, that's why this X-Men stuff, I feel like Kevin Feige's been very apprehensive.
Do you think because they're trying to figure out all these questions that all these points we've been raising up? Like, okay, how do we explain all this?
I didn't even see Cray Cray's comment. DC was in charge of Fox at the time, probably referring to the way they handled Deadpool, and then Deadpool was better. So Deadpool as Colossus, like we were talking about Deadpool's Colossus versus Days of Future Past Colossus.
Or just Deadpool in general.
Or just Deadpool in general.
Yeah.
So, like my initial thought was Kevin Feige is like waiting for X-Men because they're gonna do Phase 7, 8, 9 as like the mutant saga. But I really don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're just going to kind of the mutant saga.
Oh, mutant! They said the new It saga. I was like, what?
No.
Yeah, because they have to explain Kamala Khan. So apparently she's a mutant now.
Which
yeah,
makes sense because
you froze.
She got her powers from it makes sense that she did that because she got her powers from Terrigenesis. And they basically wrote off Inhumans in the MCU.
Yeah.
There he is.
What's greetings, everyone. Oh my god, so sorry.
You're good.
Okay, so just to tell you what's been going on, I finally figured it out. All I had to do was just put the Instagram on a laptop. Duh. This is a whole new laptop, so I'm so sorry, everyone. But I'm here.
It's okay.
Good to see you.
There we go. Oh, wow, look at this. Just trying to figure out how to work everything. I got a mic here. I don't know what the hell to do with it.
Deadpool's Colossus is what he was talking about. So we're just kind of talking about which Wolverine are we going to see in Deadpool 3? Days of Future Past, Logan, a whole different one, an MCU version. What are you thinking?
That's a good question.
And which Colossus is going to be in there, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Colossus, hold on. So, let's see. I'm trying to think about the Wolverine thing because the Old Man Logan thing, like, they just touch on an interview saying that they weren't going to mess with the whole Old Man Logan story. So, I definitely don't think they're going to be doing the Old Man Logan Wolverine. Which version they should do? Damn. I really don't know, to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't know what they're really going to do with Logan, to tell you the truth. Because they have like a teaser that I put up, and I was mad because I actually thought it was a real interview. So I started watching it, and they just blurted everything out. They just kind of played it like it was just a joke to them. Like, they're not giving away any spoilers. So what kind of Logan we're going to get, I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. What kind you guys want to see?
Oh, I was telling Chris, I think we might be getting Days of Future Past, like the newer, like the younger.
I wouldn't mind seeing that one
because in Deadpool 2, when he reveals like what's the other X-Men, they showed that cast closing the door, but then we got talking about Colossus then because there's in that version there was a different Colossus, but in Deadpool there's also another Colossus. Then it makes it more confusing. Like, then which X-Men is it then? Does it just be like different? Like,
I mean, my mind's going in 1,000 different directions. Because first off, come on, let's give Ryan Reynolds credit. He's been trying to get this going for years.
I know, yeah. I'm glad.
As much as he's been messing around and joking about it, he's really wanted this just as much
Yeah.
as we did. So I'm still in awe with just that alone. I found out, I was like, what? Finally?
Yeah.
This may be the saving grace for the MCU. Kevin Feige
Yep.
just needs to put somebody good on this and make sure they don't screw it up.
Yeah, if they do it right. I just hope they don't. I hope they go all out. I hope they stay true to saying keeping Deadpool the way he is. I just hope he's rated
I
R.
mean, like, they actually
funny.
stumbled on what a wonderful project with Deadpool. They just said, let's do an R-rated movie and see what happens, and that was like the best thing they could have done. Ryan Reynolds struck gold. Right
I
place,
just hope
right
they keep
time.
that momentum going with the R-rated. Just make
Yeah.
it raunchy, funny, there's blood and everything. We want that.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I really want to see Deadpool and Wolverine tearing each other up, then becoming friends again, and then skipping down the road and probably hacking each other. Who knows? But it's gonna
especially with World War Hulk coming.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like
Hulk versus Wolverine and World War Hulk.
I still don't like MCU's Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I'm more like the Eric Bana type Hulk. Like
I like Edward Norton Hulk.
Yeah, and Edward Norton. That's like my Hulk right
Edward
there.
Norton, that was a perfect design. Like in my personal opinion, it was a perfect design. It was amazing, and like the viciousness of that Hulk and everything. Like that Hulk could have fucked up Thanos. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
for sure.
If he could fuck up Abomination, he wouldn't have lost to Thanos. Like, but then they changed it. Like, I don't like how they did Hulk. I feel like they did him injustice. So I don't know how they are gonna do Planet Hulk or World War Hulk because that's so much. Hulk goes brutal in that series. I know. Yeah. Like, but with this Hulk that we're seeing now,
right? But remember,
I don't know how they're gonna do it.
There was one good thing that came out of this abomination they call She-Hulk, and that's the fact that
I get it.
He left. Where you think he's going?
Yeah.
He's going back to the person that he used to be. I don't know if you guys caught this on. Listen, She-Hulk, don't waste your time. But there's only two main things they say. It's not a spoiler, it already happened, that a lot of people didn't read that I read into. Abomination talks to She-Hulk about how he's not even the same person that he once was. Why are they emphasizing that? Then he leaves. Because after doing a little research, I started to find out Edward Norton now is taking the role back as the Hulk. So
yes, I hope that's.
I'm telling you, this is true. This is true. I researched it. I mean, I'm gonna do another show on it, but Edward Norton is supposed to be stepping back into the role. So when you see him going off into space, I believe could be the beginning of Planet Hulk. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm not sure how they're gonna go. It depends. But he's definitely gonna change. He's not gonna be. Yeah. That's it. The actor's going back. Edward Norton's gonna change. He's gonna go back to Edward Norton.
I hope they change it back the design too. If he's coming back,
I think they're gonna be side by side.
Oh, I'll be honest. I would love to see that. You think so?
I think because Mark Ruffalo's done such a good job playing the Hulk, even though like the writing for the Hulk is totally different than how
we don't blame. Listen, I never blame Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. This is not his fault. We gotta understand that. We can't get mad at the actors. They're only doing their job. They're doing their job as according. So
I just don't like the way they're
there's no hatred towards nobody. Yeah. I like
Mark Ruffalo's an amazing actor. Yeah.
And I love Edward Norton. I like them both as Hulk. Yep. I just don't like what's been going on with the nerfed Hulk.
Yeah. No one's ever confirmed that the Hulk we got in the 2008 is the same Hulk that Mark Ruffalo took over.
Well,
has that ever been said?
Well, they reference, they reference to the movies. Like I broke. What am I blanking out? What city did they fight in 2008?
Iron Man 2.
No, 2008. The Hulk with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
What city did they fight in? I'm blanking out. Not Manhattan.
I can't.
Harlem.
University.
Harlem. He mentions like I broke Harlem, and they like Daredevil show, a Netflix show that's supposed to be taking place in the MCU or the same universe. In the back of Ben York's office, like is the picture of the Hulk and Abomination fighting.
Okay.
So I think it is the same, but who knows? They might play it off as like it's not the same. And the Tony Stark we saw in that one is different, along with General Ross.
Yeah.
Because was
Yeah, that's
Betty
true.
Betty in the MCU? I mean, like we didn't get Betty in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. What the hell happened to Betty?
But
What happened to Phase
from my
4?
understanding, the 2008 version of Hulk was never meant to be in the MCU.
It was meant
'Cause
to be a standalone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
then
then,
they
But
were
wasn't
like,
that also
hey,
before? Was it also before they had plans to do Iron Man or
Yep.
do like everything? Because Hulk was
Yeah.
supposed to be the original villain for the Avengers, but this was before Marvel started doing their own, like made their own studio
Yep.
for it. So also it could have been the same universe. Like, cause who knows if they didn't do it, maybe Universal would have done Iron Man and everything.
yeah.
yeah, because I mean, you could easily have Edward Norton's Hulk be a variant to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. And I mean, I agree with Cray Cray. The evolution of this Hulk is really well done. If you just had consistently this rage monster character that
Right.
never evolved,
Exactly.
that would just be stale by the time you get to World War Hulk. You have like he had to go through some sort of evolution in order to get to where he's at right now. And I honestly believe that like the Professor Hulk into the Smart Hulk into like everything that kind of played out was perfect. And they had to play it that way because if you remember in Avengers Endgame, Thor was the only other one who could handle the gauntlet. And he was not in the right frame of mind to snap and do the correct way to bring everyone back.
Yeah.
Because
He
he
was
had just
probably
lost.
unworthy at that point, was he not?
Yeah.
He was still worthy.
But he's just
But-
mentally broken down at that point.
He just lost his mother. He had
Okay.
just lost his father.
Yeah, that's true.
Like there was so much going on in his life that it's like he couldn't. The Avengers knew that he wouldn't focus purely on bringing back everyone from the blip, and that they would focus on this. That he would be focusing in on bringing back his mother, bringing back his father, bringing back Loki.
The Asgardians too.
Yeah, like bringing back Asgard, like all of that would be on his mind too. So the snap might not go right. And then you add that in. So the Hulk can handle everything and whatnot. So he was just kind of like, let's do this. So the storyline progressed to that point purposefully. Do I think it was kind of crazy that he couldn't beat Thanos? Yes. But at the same time, I did a video on this when the Comics Lounge first started. If you look, the Hulk gets stronger with the more angry he gets.
Yes,
If you can beat the Hulk early on in his anger and you can't allow him to get angrier because he just gets defeated, he's done. So
that's the only chance you have.
Thanos knew that.
Yeah.
Abomination didn't. Abomination just went for the anger. He just wanted to keep amping up the fight. Thanos was like, no, we're not doing this. I'm not playing this game with you. You're done. And that was that. Like, Thanos is very smart.
Yeah, he's tactical. He's not just strong. He's tactical. And remember, he's pretty much, he's a Titan. He's God, pretty much. Like, he's got the God genes. Like, in other words, he has the power to wield that gauntlet. It's not just about being strong enough to wield it. Like he said, you have to have everything. The tactical mind. He would be their version of Tenzou, I guess, the art of war. That's who he was. He's a strategical general. Like, he knew exactly how to put the gauntlet together, what materials to use, how to have the Asgardians build the gauntlet.
He's like Darkseid.
Pretty much. He's Darkseid of the MCU, pretty much, And I love would that be a battle, though? Darkseid and Thanos?
I would fucking love. Well, I saw like a video like Death Battle. Have you heard that channel on YouTube?
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, they did one with Thanos and.
I would like to see that Thanos versus Darkseid. Yeah.
Do you want me to spoil it for you, or do you want to watch it?
Nah, you don't want to spoil it for me. I'll still watch it. I don't care.
Darkseid wins. Darkseid wins against Thanos because he's more intelligent. He has more battle experience than.
Yeah, he's
Thanos.
thousands of years older than.
Like, he's older than Thanos. Yeah.
Yeah, he's thousands of years older than almost
fought
everyone.
more and everything. He's stronger.
Yeah, he's got experience.
And
That's
his
for sure.
Omega beams is one of the factors too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the power, like he,
Because his
like
Omega beams can be, he can shoot them anywhere from any direction. It
And
doesn't matter. Like, you can move, he'll find you.
and even with the gauntlet, it won't affect him because, like, he will know Thanos' moves. They're both tacticians, but Darkseid has a little bit more of the edge than
Yeah,
Thanos.
I mean,
And that's how they explained it because they went through the comics and the stats and everything. It's not like a personal thing. They really dug deep into it. And
yeah, but you know what? I'd be honest. Even without knowing that, I would have definitely picked Darkseid for those reasons alone.
Same here.
Yeah, definitely. Like, but you know what I would like to see? Since we're talking about that, we might as well just talk about Apocalypse then versus Darkseid.
Shit!
There you go.
Oh shit! No,
now we're
Thanos.
talking more of an even playing field there.
Wait, Thanos, Apocalypse, and Darkseid.
Mexican standoff style.
Just fucking go for it.
Just give them all the belts everywhere. That have triple tag teams. That's it. Just give it to them.
Add Superman in, none come out.
Just add Superman in there just to like make it a wild card.
This is crazy.
No, remember, Superman can just stop an axe coming at his face just by thinking about it.
Yeah, Superman would be like, "Yo, what's up?"
I still don't understand what happened in that scene.
Yeah.
What scene where he's like holding
where
the
he
axe?
just gets right, where Superman just gets right in front of the axe that Steppenwolf is swinging.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Superman just gets right there and he just looks at it and it just stops. And I'm like,
what
I think he just do?
I think he didn't do it with his mind. I think Steppenwolf. I think they both have amazing reaction time. I think because we saw Superman, he stops.
Yeah,
he stops that. Like, oh shit, Superman.
But like, wouldn't you keep swinging if your enemy gets in the way of your axe?
But I think he knows Superman's like invulnerable. Like Superman could take that in the face.
Hugh Jackman's invulnerable and doesn't age, so he's still good to play Wolverine.
No, dude, Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's still daddy status. I mean, he's still got it going on. I'm mad enough to say it. I'm mad enough to say it.
Hey.
He's aging well.
Listen, man, there's people walking around in their 50s and 60s looking well. As long as you can pull it off, who cares? We're all a little older. The pandemic's been rough.
Hey, he's like wine. He gets better the more he ages. Seriously, he does.
He's gonna be the next Darth Vader.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones.
Oh, James Earl Jones.
And like, if I were to switch, Hugh Jackman would be in my top 5, along with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh man, Ryan Reynolds is a freaking genius. So I gotta give him credit. I mean,
he doesn't age either. He still looks like he's really young.
He does not look 55. Wow. Like, let's be real.
No. He does not look 55. Dude, Liam Neeson doesn't even look that old either. Like, is he in his 60s?
Yeah.
Liam Neeson doesn't look that old. Like, neither does Harrison Ford. I'm surprised he's 80.
Right?
Like, damn.
Ryan Reynolds is 45.
Oh, shit. He doesn't even look that old. He looks like he's in his 30s still.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
Not mid 40s.
I say he's like teenage. I'm just kidding.
So, speaking of actors and actresses to play mutants, what do you guys think of this Keke Palmer casting?
No.
I agree.
Nothing against her. Just,
oh my god!
I don't see her taking a serious role as a mutant.
Yeah,
like she's good with comedy and stuff and everything. I don't really like her as an actor. That's me personally, but I can acknowledge she does good. She's a good actor on her own right and everything. But I don't think she should be in the mutant role.
I'm trying to think of something that I know her in.
Yeah, I never watched any movies or shows. But I just know that I think I've seen her in something, but she did well. But I don't see her being in the X-Men. I don't like that casting choice. Nothing against her, just personally, I don't think.
I mean, I don't even like the title. If we gotta go there, I mean, mutants. Jesus, let's just. I can't. I mean, I don't know. This whole Phase 5 thing's not really. I'm not feeling it so far. I'm not feeling most of it. I'm just saying. Phase 4 was like it was weird because it started out good, and ended weird. I don't know
I
what
think
to
they
even say about it.
I think they find the footing because I think what's kind of messing things up with this phase is they're doing both shows and movies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what's really doing it. So like focusing all their time on movies, like the writing and everything. I think they're stretching a little too thin and everything. I think that's how I'm thinking about it. Because
Yeah,
like
like
before that, like they had solely just the movies to work on. Okay,
Yep.
this team works on this team works on
Yeah.
that. Like we need to do this, but now they got more and more in the shows. Like I think they're putting people here, not sole focus here. Yeah.
There was a video I saw a lot like that basically broke down Phase 4 and the filming schedule.
Wait, hold on.
And
VK, what? Did you read? Yo, what?
I did not hear that.
What news are you reading, VK?
BK, where are you getting that from?
Yo, do you have any footage to back up such claims?
I think.
I mean, I'm an investigator. I would investigate.
I think you're in the wrong. I think you're in the wrong live, VK. Like
VK, you're
that took a
watching the
180.
wrong X-Men movie. You downloaded the wrong movie, sir.
That's not the Sexman movie.
No, it's not the Triple X Men movie.
Women.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I just saw that and it
No,
kind
you're
of got
good.
me off guard. But go on, Chris.
That's okay. Keep you awake.
Where was I?
I don't know.
I'm all over the place.
That just
too.
took me like.
I was just
took me-
picturing the whole thing going on. I was like, wait a minute, what were we talking
Wait, was he talking about
again?
Kiki Palmer? Is he
Yes,
still
there we
talking
go.
about? Is he still
I
talking about
think-
Kiki Palmer?
I think so.
I think so.
So Kiki Palmer, like what I know her from was like Jumpin' way back in the day with Corbin Blue and when was that? 2007. So we're talking like over 10 years ago now.
Okay.
And like I don't see her as an actress to play the serious mutant role. And also her being 29 now is a little old for Rogue. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Wait, she's gonna be
like
woke?
Rogue is usually portrayed as like a teenager.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. And I mean, unless she's gonna look like a teenager, which that could be a
No.
possibility. I don't know.
I
If
don't
she's
think
not
she's
gonna look like it, then not, definitely not.
like
She's a young character.
She doesn't look old. I'm not saying she's old
She
or
don't
anything.
look like no teen.
She doesn't
though.
look, but she doesn't look young enough to be like a passable teenager.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this going to be like some Teen Wolf stuff where they get the people in the 30s and they just like play teenagers in high school?
What is Rogue known for?
Her ass. I'm just kidding. No. Have you seen those memes? You seen those memes, right?
Yeah, man.
Yes, I've seen those memes. What is Rogue known for up in this region? Her
Being
hair.
white.
Her hair, yeah, she's got white with the red
the white
stripe.
streak in her hair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if that would translate to Kiki Palmer's hair. And then if you did that with her hair,
I
I
feel
feel like you'd be forcing the switch to a different cultural background for Rogue.
Yeah, like I don't mind her being a black Rogue.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the hair that is. I'm trying to say this as. I'm trying to make sure I'm finding the right wording for this.
I'm actually having
guess,
a
like,
flashback
how many-
of the Little Mermaids here.
Yeah, how many African Americans have like a white streak in their hair? And like I've never
Well, we
seen
can
it.
say Storm if we want to really get technical. I mean, not
That's what I'm thinking,
really,
like,
but she's
technical. I'm
but
going technical,
Storm's-
like I don't really see that. Storm, it can work as she's already
Yeah.
black in the comics, and they do that with
yeah,
her.
that's true.
I'm saying, but with this, like,
Storm's hair is just white. Like it's very
white. Like, it's not
white
just
and
one streak.
curly.
It's
Like
not just one
her
streak.
hair is a white streak that literally comes down her face because of, like in the original X-Men movie, because of what happened with Magneto.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, if you change that, you're changing a huge part of her character.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I noticed when people were talking about like Little Mermaid is changing the Little Mermaid from white to black going to change her story? And it doesn't. It does not matter what color she is. If you change
Yeah.
Tatiana's story, the Princess and the Frog, it completely changes her entire story. Like the reason why she went through what she went through in that movie was because she was African American in a
Exactly.
predominantly voodoo culture and all of that.
Exactly. Because if she was white, she would have better status, and she wouldn't.
Yep.
I know they didn't touch upon it in the movie, but it's everyone's background.
Yeah.
Why she didn't get the loan? It's not because she was a woman or that she didn't have money. It was also racially charged.
Yeah.
That decision. I know it was down. It was very downplayed or never even mentioned, but in the back of our minds, we knew why. One of the real reasons why she was turned down. So yeah, if she was white, she would have gotten the loan.
If you change Rogue from a white woman to a black woman, or even like any other nationality, you are seriously changing her character because she grew up in a very typical Caucasian family, suburbia. Like that's part of her storyline. Changing that now changes a massive part of her character.
And then they might go the route
you're twisting it to fit this narrative. You're not doing it to be culturally responsive. You're doing it just to fit a narrative of these characters can look like anything we want.
And or if they might have an agenda saying social equality and social injustice.
Yes, we are BK.
And like then it kind of messes up the story too. Like I'm for like social justice and everything, but if you're purposely doing it, like choosing a black actress, to fit that narrative or to say that story,
the problem.
That's the problem. Like you purposely choosing this
too many times. It's
not because not because we want to switch things up, but no, you're trying to fit an agenda. That's assuming if they want to go that route, then it's not really a good choice. I mean, we can make a movie on that.
We gotta talk about Woman King after this because this will fit in perfectly what I'm saying. We gotta do the Woman King. Sorry, have to. And I'm gonna tell you why.
No, don't spoil it. I want to see that movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Let's talk about that next week.
The movie has nothing to do with reality, which is good. I can tell you the actual story, and we won't spoil it at all. I mean, it's pretty much they tried to guilt everybody into say, oh, so if you don't watch this movie, you don't support black women in the movies, and that's not it. No one's not supporting the movie, not because of black women or anything in general. It's because the story they're telling is a complete and utter lie. It is. The story they're talking about is about this female tribe that's supposed to stand up against the British colonials during the enslavement times. When in reality, the reason why this whole battle happened was because the Hopi tribe never stopped capturing slaves. They never stopped the slave trade. The colonials came in to stop the slave traders. That's what the movie's pretty much about. But they just twist this into some weird story about how they stood up tall against the colonials when in fact what they were doing was they were fighting each other, enslaving each other. The Hopi tribe was the tribe who profited for them the most and was selling the slaves. And that's what the problem with the movie is, that people are like, you're telling a fake story and you're trying to pump it like as if these women were these great warriors. No, they were the only reason why the women were there was because all the men were getting captured and killed. And the only people that were there to fight were the women. So it wasn't like it was an entire... They made this about... They tried to take a tragedy story that had to do with something serious about slavery and try to make it into an empowerment movement, women movement of this century. It's absolutely false. I mean, not spoiling nothing for you. Go see the movie. It's a great fantasy, but the reality of that whole movie, this is why people are pretty much boycotting it. And I agree on that because I'm not going to support something. I'm not telling people to do. Me personally, I'm not supporting something that I already know the truth to, and the truth is that this is about slavery. You're trying to take a story and you're trying to make it something that it's not, and it's an insult to people. You have history books. We have Google. I mean, you don't have to be smart. You can research any of this, and they could have researched this too. And me as a black person, if I was black, I would feel really insulted. Like, I'm not supporting that narrative. Like, I'm not supporting anything like that. I don't want to be involved with something that, you know, it's a tragedy what happened to Africans in general. I mean, I have a lot of African American friends. I talk to them like this all the time, and I said, "This is your country. You were born here. You know, unfortunately, yes, we could talk about race back and forth, but the bottom line is this was a business. This is how things were done back then. People were sold as property.
Yeah.
And then the British tried to stop that. And that's what the movie's pretty much about, but it's not about that. No, it's about women standing up to the slavers when they were the ones who were the slavers, pretty much. And I just that it's just I wish if they would have just told the truth, say, look, this is what happened in the movie, and this a battle that we want to talk about. I would respect that more because it's history. There's no reason not to talk about it. But don't try to pull it a switch and bait and switch and tell me it's about women empowerment. Stand up to something that's not even the case whatsoever. It's just something to think about. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil. Now you're not going to go see Lion King. No,
my personal take is if you have a diverse group of actors or actresses try out for a role, and you find that Keke Palmer is the best person to play Rogue out of every person you've talked to, every person you can think of, everyone who's possibly able to play Rogue during that time. Keke Palmer's the best case scenario. She played the part perfectly. She hit every note. She did what she needed to do. Like, she is the MCU's Rogue. By all means, cast her.
Same.
But don't cast her just because she's black. Because then you're doing a disservice to everyone else who's black because you're saying that's the only reason she got the part. And that's not okay. She needs to get the part for every reason.
Yeah. Just like
I would main reason. You earned the part like everybody else earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel offended. Like I wouldn't sit with me if they chose like a Mexican American actor, and like just because of the background, they're going to put this narrative in, like how hard it is for Mexican Americans. Like, well, it is hard. I mean, like, but if they're solely doing that, casting someone just because of that, just so they can tell that story, then I'll be like, no. I mean, those like you just make another movie, like a separate movie. Like you own all these companies, make another
make a new character.
Then it'll be
make
good.
New characters.
Yeah, no new character.
Yeah.
Don't just
do
switch
what
the character up.
is doing. Create.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't choose an ethnic actor just to feed your own agenda or
just
try
to
make money because then that's
the whole point. These people that are going woke, they're going broke. They're not even making money. It would be something if this was going to make you a lot of money, but it's not. It's not. Look at Thor, Love and Thunder. They want woke, they going broke. That's the saying, and I'm starting to follow it. And you know what? It's kind of true. There's nothing wrong with the woke culture. What I'm saying, though, is that the whole core of what we have in comics, in Marvel, this is all based on males. It is. It's based on males. And I'm not saying necessarily gay, straight males. It's based on males, period. This is not like She-Hulk. It's made for who? Have you guys watched She-Hulk? It's not made for men. It's definitely not made for women. I don't know who this is made for. This is made for women who have no man, career, strong, independent, home alone with the cat at night. That's what it seems like to me because it makes no sense.
Yeah, it feels like the She-Hulk.
That's not who She-Hulk was.
Exactly.
Yeah, not who She-Hulk was. It seems like
She-Hulk was a sex boss. She took control of her life. She took control of everything around her. She was being hunted. She knew all these things. She became an Avenger. I mean, she became part of the Fantastic Four because of Secret Wars. Ben Grimm stood on the battlefield because he could stay to his human form. People forget that she's very essential. From from the 80s up, she is like a huge character.
Yeah,
and to
like
see her not doing nothing, it's sad.
Yeah, this show seems like it could have been like.
Oh, give me, I'll write a way better show.
Yeah,
way
like,
better
it could have
show.
been like.
I'm making this a sexual sex part She-Hulk that she's meant to be. They're trying to make her prude, yet she's sitting there with Captain America's ass on her freaking phone every 5 seconds. Leave her like that. That's the way she's supposed to be.
It seems like it could be like a CW show or even
like
a Lifetime show, but they just slapped She-Hulk on there. It just doesn't feel like She-Hulk. I will admit, it has some moments. It has some moments that are good,
but not
everything
enough.
else, like not enough. Like it seems like they're doing overkill with her dating life. There's nothing wrong talking about dating life. I mean, they could do it for men too, but it seems like it's every episode. Like, okay, we get it. You're single, but not every woman. cares about their dating life. Like I know a lot of my female friends like who are single, they don't like. Sometimes when we talk about things, like that's not their main focus. They just want to do what they
Exactly.
want to do. Like they're okay being alone. Like it doesn't matter to them. Like oh, I don't need a man right now. Like I'm not looking for anyone. Like I don't need someone to fill a void. I just if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way too with getting a girlfriend or anything. Like I'm not looking for it actively looking right now, but if it happens, it happens. But I'm
Yep.
not.
I always
It's
say the
not a
best
sole
way
focus.
the best way to find something is not to look at all.
Exactly,
Like you
yeah.
said, when it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
Because
because not all women are gonna relate to that. Like, oh, and then you're basically saying like, does that mean like if this is supposed to be for women, are you saying that women like are obsessed with their dating life, especially when they get older? Like when they get older, they need to have somebody.
Yeah.
Because I don't see that happening with men in the industry, like in movies. Like when a man's older, like he's single, they praise him. Like, okay, that's good. That means you can still mess around with people even younger than you. But for women, like oh, you're hitting 30 or something, like you need a man. Like I just think these values or these stereotypes are outdated, like so outdated, and I'm
I think
surprised that
that
they're doing it now.
I believe that's like if you look at the right, and I believe that look, there is something to be said. Yes, there is something to be said about how I guess a single woman. We gotta understand. There's a lot of career-oriented women who are working and then realize within their 30s, wait a minute, I gotta have a kid now. What's going on? And I believe that this show is kind of, I guess, intended for them, but the people who are writing this are these women that they're going through this entire, they don't even realize it. If you watch the show, she sits there in episode 1 and she criticizes about how she doesn't understand how Bruce Banner, the person who just lost the love of his life, that tried to kill himself with a gun, which I was surprised they let that go in the MCU, but couldn't because Hulk was like, no, I'm not dying.
Mm-hmm.
Telling him that she goes through all these problems, like being catcalled in the street. But then they'll show her, like, that's when I stopped watching. It was like 2 episodes in, 3 episodes in, she's doing a twerk with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, okay, so what are you then? Are you a feminist, or you're just, or are you just two-faced? Are you just somebody that says what you mean, but you don't mean what you say? You just like one of those people that will tell you to do something. Do as I say, don't say as I do. If that makes sense. Like she's one of these people that complains about misogynistic behaviors. Yet it's okay if she does it. Captain America's phone on her ass. That's all right. Because it's a woman. Look when they strip down Thor almost naked. That's okay. Let's do that to She-Hulk while she's transformed and give her nothing but a little bro. And you see what the backlash will be for that.
Yeah.
But we're living in an equal world. And I'm not complaining about women. I'm just saying, if you're going to make a show that's going to be that way, stick to all your points. Don't make me confused. You're confusing everybody. Are we misogynistic? Are you misogynistic? Do you even know what you're doing? Like, the writing seems like it's just thrown up on the board.
And
they
also,
pick out an idea and go, okay, let's go with this.
Yeah, and also the men represented in the show. Yes, there are some men like that. There are some men who act like that, but every male character seems like they're acting like they're dumb or selfish or sleazy or it's just.
Not even the man says something I never heard no man ever say in my life.
Yeah,
I see a bunch of women over there. I'm gonna go talk to it now.
Yeah, like last week, I think like last week's episode, they're talking about the Mr. Immortal. Like he couldn't even make eye contact with a woman for 15 seconds. Like I was thinking, like, then what is it trying? If young girls are watching this, or even young guys or young boys, like, then how are they going to be viewing men and how are they going to be viewing themselves? Like, oh, is this like what men act like? Like,
you know what's the thing about that? This is Disney. Oh my god!
I know.
This is Disney.
Guys, I hate to end it on this note, but we definitely need to finish this conversation next week because this is a really great conversation to have.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah,
I
I
so
see
got
that
a
we
sorry.
shit ton to
diverted.
do tomorrow, so I gotta get
But
to
it's
bed.
good.
Okay, no
But it's a good
problem.
diversion, though. It's a good diversion.
It was a
I'm
good
glad we-
diversion.
I'm glad we had this
Yeah.
I
conversation.
definitely think we need to talk about the wokeness in comics because
Yeah.
in the comic book movies because this is happening at DC too. It's happening everywhere. Like,
Oh, wait a minute. I think
and
I
again,
have
I mean,
it
we'll
here.
continue this conversation next week, but it's been an absolute pleasure having you guys.
Yes.
Yeah,
Spider's
no
Lair, I
problem.
think now we've got everything figured
Now
out.
you,
we
with you,
Chris.
good.
so-
I know exactly what I'm doing. Don't worry. When we say 10 o'clock, 10:39, I'm gonna be there. Okay. So
Sounds
we
good.
now.
Thank you,
I'll
Alright,
see you
Spider
guys
Slayer, for
all
joining.
next week, same time,
You
same
too.
place.
See
Have a
you
great night,
guys.
everyone.
Stay
That
nerdy,
was
everyone.
fun. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.